Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of The Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel and spending some time with me. And guys, today we're going to be talking about the one thing that bass do in the month of March that every angler should know about. There's moods and personalities to fish in every single month of the year, and March is one of the most definitive behaviors that you can count on every year. So we're going to get into that in today's video. Also, guys, a couple quick housekeeping tips. Just want to invite everybody to please consider hitting that subscribe button here to The Fishing Teacher. We're really pushing hard to try to hit that 20,000 subscriber mark, and that'd be much appreciated. And also, guys, please check out, there's two sales going on. SolarBat has a sale on my RB2 and RB3 series sunglasses from SolarBat here. You can get them at 30% off right now for this entire month. So I'll put my SolarBat link in the description. And also, guys, Tackle Warehouse has got a huge spring fishing sale going on right now. I'll put my link to Tackle Warehouse in the description of the video. If you guys could use those links, it's a good way to support the channel. I really appreciate that. Okay, guys, to me, one of the most fascinating things about bass is understanding and learning, becoming a student of the bass, about how they behave and how they act and how they react to seasonal patterns and seasonal movements and how they change every month. It's like every single month of the year, you hear me talking about mood and personality of the bass a lot. The mood and the personality of the bass and what causes them to what actually causes them to commit to a lure and actually bite the lure changes every single month from a lot of different factors. It has to do with the length of the daylight hours, the water temperature, the water clarity, the weather patterns, weather conditions, fishing pressure. All that has an impact in what the bass prefer. And the biggest thing I want to talk about today in the video in the month of March is the underlying or the most important thing to me that happens every single March that I've seen year after year after year is that once March rolls around and once that water temperature starts getting close to that 50-degree mark or just a little bit over that 50-degree mark or even into the mid-50s, bass want bigger lures. They're out of all the months of the year, 12 months out of the year, the month of March is the #1 month from my own personal experience to where they want the biggest lures out there. Now, a lot of it has to do with the prey, the size of the forage that they feed on this particular time of year. Most of the forage is pretty mature, like your perch and your shad and your minnows and your bait fish. They haven't spawned since last summer, so they're large right now. That's one aspect of it. Another aspect is they're gearing up to spawn. Both male and female bass, they have to get a lot of energy and they have to build up a lot of reserves to hold them over because they don't get to feed much during the spawning season. So that combination of that is really conducive to bass wanting to bite the larger lures. So some of my favorites, during this time of year to take advantage of that, there's a favorite lure and then there's a favorite set of conditions. Now, one of the things that you will notice in March bass fishing, it's like, that's the month that you want to get out there on the nasty days. If you can pick and choose the days you want to fish, look at the weather forecast and try to get a day. Like right now we have heavy overcast and wind. If you can get a nasty day, wind, rain, heavy overcast, I know it's not any fun to fish in conditions like that, but guys, that's when you want to get out there. That's when your best chance to catch big fish are with those big lures. Some of my favorite ones to use this time of year, there's 4 or 5 that I really like, but they're all fairly large. You guys hear me talking about it a lot. One of the best things you can use in March, guys, is a big spinnerbait. Big 1 ounce, 3/4 ounce spinnerbait with a large profile on it, big blade, that generates some good strikes. Full-size jig, full-size jig with a big trailer on it's good. A big, like a 3-inch long square bill crankbait, like the larger size square bill crankbaits. Full-size chatterbait, with a full skirt and a large trailer on it's really good. And then also in the month of March, especially when that water temperature gets up in the mid-50s, like mid to upper 50s, this is the time of year you want to throw those big swim baits and the big glide baits, like the 6 and 7 inch swim baits, like the Megabass Mag Drafts, or some of the big glide baits that different companies offer. Basically all those lures that are 6 to 8 inches long. This is a really good time of year to catch them on it. So this is the time, this is when you want to capitalize on it. When you have an opportunity or a window throughout the course of the year to catch big ones, you don't want to jack around with wasting that time frame. In other words, when you go fishing in March, guys, stay away from your baits like your shaky heads and your Ned rigs and your drop shots and stuff like that. I mean, you're going to catch fish on them, and you may occasionally catch a decent one, but you're missing out on the opportunity to catch a lot of quality fish by not going big. That's just the way it is. Now, and it changes because after, April rolls around, it's a completely different thing. Their mood and their personality changes. But I can tell you one thing from fishing in March a lot. Bass like large lures, and they like lures that move horizontally through the water column for the most part. The only exception to that would be with a jig. But other than that, you're going to find that you do a lot better in March by staying away from those lures that bounce on the bottom, like the finesse stuff, Texas rigs, creature baits. They really like those big, slower moving horizontal water column baits. So anyway, guys, hope it helps you catch some good fish coming up this March, and we'll talk later. See you.